Hey there, boys and girls. Last week we were talking about the skill of catching, and I hope that you all were successful with that and that you got some good practice. Remember, catching is when we take something out of the air, right? And so something's coming at us in the air, we want to grab it out of the air, and that's making a catch. In order to prepare for making a catch, if that ball is coming to us from above our waist, it's going to hit us above our waist. Remember, our waist is here and up. We wanted to put those thumbs together so that our palms were facing out towards the ball. If it was going to come below our waist, then we would put those pinkies together to put our palms facing out. So we always want our palms facing out towards the ball in order to make that catch. Okay. Remember just some strategies if you are having a hard time catching. Move a little bit closer to your target so that you have a little bit more, the ball comes a little bit softer and you're able to adjust to that ball to catch a little bit better. The other thing is if you're having a hard time, instead of using a small ball, use a larger ball, okay? Because you've got more to hold on to. It's easier to see, okay? So today, what your activity is to practice catching is what I call catch tag, okay? Now you only need, in order to play this game, you only need one other person. So you can play with your learning coach, you can play with a sibling, you can play with an aunt, an uncle, a parent, a grandparent, you can play with a friend. You could play, if you're at a daycare, you could grab somebody else that's at your daycare and you can play this game with them. And you only need one person. Now, you can play with more than one person, and I'll tell you how to do that in just a minute. But catch tag is really easy. You're going to take a ball, and you might need like a timer, or you might do like an odd number of throws, so like 11 throws or 15 throws, okay, something like that. And what you're going to do is you're just going to throw and catch with your partner. Okay, so if you're my partner, I'm going to throw it to you. You're going to throw it back to me. We're just working on throwing and catching. Throw and catch. If you're using a timer, which is my suggested way to do this, if you're using a timer, then whoever has the ball when the timer goes off becomes the tagger. And your job is to just run after your partner, and you are going to tag them with the ball. Okay, only with the ball, and you cannot throw the ball at them. You have to touch them with the ball in your hand. Once you've done that, you start your timer over again, start throwing and catching back and forth. Okay, if you don't catch them after about 30 seconds, that's okay. Just both of you stop and start throwing and catching again. Reset that timer, throw and catch again. Okay. If you are the person that does not have the ball when the timer stops, your job is really simple. You're just trying to get away. Don't get tagged. That's your job. If you get tagged, it's fine. You and your partner will just stop, start throwing and catching again, reset the timer. When it goes off, you keep going. Okay? It's simple. If you are playing with a throw count, try to use an odd number. Okay? Pick a different number each time, but try and always do an odd number. Okay, because if you do an even number, it's always going to land on the same person. And so the same person will always be the tagger. And you don't always want that. Okay, so try and use an odd number because then it'll switch who the tagger is. Okay, and so if you picked 7, so I throw it to you, catch it, that's 1. You throw it to me, I catch it, that's 2. Even if you drop it, still count it as a number. When we get to 7, whoever has the ball, when we get to the number 7, becomes the tagger. The other person is the evader, the person trying not to get tagged. Okay? Once the person's been tagged, or maybe after 30 seconds, if you haven't tagged somebody, that's okay. Just pick a new number and start your throwing and catching again. So, this is an outside game. I don't think that you will be able to do it inside. So if you're not able to do this activity today because the weather's not nice or anything like that, then save it and do it another day. You can play this game anytime. It only takes one other person. If you have more than one other person, so more than 2 people, it's really easy to adapt this game. If you've got 3 people, you just throw in a triangle, okay? And whenever the person with the ball becomes the tagger, now they've got 2 people they can try and tag. If you've got 4 people, then what you can do is get 2 balls. Look, I can't even put 2 fingers up. 2 balls, and have 2 partners, okay? And one person with the ball catches it, and you're only going after your partner. You're not going after anybody else, okay? If you want to, after you've played 1 round with one partner, you can switch who you're playing with, okay? And then 5, again, you would have a group of 2 and a group of 3, okay? So you're always going to have at least 1 partner, and then if you need a group of 3, you can have a group of 3. So if you've got an even number, you can always use partners, and that's the way the game should be played. All right, I hope that you enjoy that, boys and girls. Have fun. I've got another activity down below or at the next slide for you. And I hope you have fun, and I will see you again next week. Bye, boys and girls.